let me go back for a moment and discuss natural selection as I sit here and puff on my cigarette. There is a law of natural selection of which I fully believe in. You cannot fight death. If you're afraid of death, fine, but you cannot fight it. It's coming. We're all going to die. None of us know if there's an afterlife. We want to believe in that. That's perfectly fine, and it's perfectly healthy to do so. But natural selection. As I sit here and smoke this cigarette, I'm told repeatedly every day that I could get lung cancer. It makes your skin look terrible. Well, honey, I am 35 years old and I look like a 25-year-old. So somebody tell me how cigarette smoking is ruining my life. I know the side effects of cigarette smoking. I'm not a fool. I also know that at any moment I could have a heart attack or a stroke because of smoking or because of what we have been told. I have known older people who have smoked cigarettes their entire lifetime since they were 10, 11, 12 years old and lived to be 80 and never had an issue with any of the things that they tell you that will affect your body through cigarette smoking or drinking alcohol or any of the other things. My point is, don't be foolish. And always remember in the back of your mind that natural selection is a very important part of our lives. We are going to die. The FDA is promoting and approving medications, and I know that every single one of you who has seen a television commercial or gotten online has seen that the list of side effects make the medication not even worth taking. So, on top of the medication you take that creates these side effects, you have to take other medications to cure the side effects that these one medicine that you wanted to take is supposed to cure whatever illness or mentality, whatever the case may be. It's absolutely absurd to know that you cannot smoke marijuana or that natural herb supplements are not approved by the FDA, which are perfectly healthy and people have used for millions of years, at least built whatever, however many years. People have used these forever. People earlier in the evolution of this world were a hell of a lot more intelligent than what we give them credit for being. They knew, or through a process of elimination, discovered what particular natural supplements were good for particular problems. And now, I mean, just the idea of having a whole list of symptoms and side effects that come with a prescription medication, which is supposed to make you better, is absolutely absurd. I mean, I don't even know how this medication could be approved. I do know how, and what my conspiracy theory thoughts are about the whole situation is the fact that these people do not give a shit about you. They do not care how doped up you are unless you're smoking marijuana or doing cocaine or one of the illegal drugs, which I don't suggest any of those. But at the same time, they're natural for the most part. I I just don't understand how people can promote these medications with and have a conscience at the same time. I don't believe that these people have consciences. I think there is an evil in this world, or a bad mojo, or whatever your particular religion permits you to call it, that people just don't give a shit about other people anymore, and it's ridiculous. Personally, I take care of as many people as I possibly can. If a friend needs a shoulder to cry on, I'm here. I am the girl that when you have an issue, you call me. And I don't know of anyone that I've ever spoken to that had any kind of issue, even if I wasn't informed about it, the particular issue, and knew how to help them. I still tried my best to study online and see, or read a book and try to find a solution to help these people. I mean, when is the world going to go back to, if ever, when you could borrow a cup of sugar from your neighbor without harassment? I want my cup of sugar back. You owe me. I mean, when did giving freely stop? I mean, I don't understand why people feel it's necessary to give and expect something in return. For all the Christians in the world and these people who protest to the fact that treat others as you want yourself to be treated and give unto others. I mean, where is that? I don't see that. I see people walking around protesting to be of the Christian religion, and they act like fucking demons, in my opinion. For 98%, 97.5, 98.5, however, whatever number I could throw out there that's high up on the scale, I see these people who protest that they are part of a religion that is supposed to be about true love. God is love. The Bible plainly tells you God is love. I know the Bible like the back of my hand. I cannot recite every verse, but I know what it's about. I can recite numerous verses. I can give you advice from the Bible, or whoever advice from the Bible, and that's where I take a lot of my information. The Bible and the Kabbalah, because it teaches you that God is love. In order to get to heaven, you have to act like Jesus, who, by the way, I do not even believe existed, but when Jesus, it's meant to be a story. When Jesus, in my opinion, said the only way to my Father is through me, I believe that what he meant by that, or what the author meant by that, was the fact that the only way to get to God is to act how Jesus acted. Be self-sacrificing. But people are way too fucking selfish these days to even acknowledge that. They are so shallow. People these days are so shallow that they don't even realize that in ancient religions and in an ancient text, they hid the true meaning within their words. They didn't just spill shit out for you. They didn't spell it out. They're not going to do that. The Bible itself will plainly tell you. Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, my two favorite books. If you want to find knowledge, you have to look for it. That refers straight back to the politicians. If you want to see through somebody's bullshit, you need to look a little bit deeper. My main point here is that if you read Proverbs and Ecclesiastes, which were written by King Solomon, it will teach you a lot of shit. A lot of shit about how to deal with the fucked up things that are going on in your life. If God doesn't speak to you, even if you don't believe in God, I read the books, just those two books. And if you want to pretend like God doesn't exist, that's perfectly fine. I would never turn my back on God personally, but some people choose that path, and that's perfectly fine. I've seen numerous people who do not believe in God who are still good people. They just simply don't believe in God, and that is perfectly okay. You're a human being. We're meant to fuck up. We're going to fuck up. And I will say again, we're all going to die at some point or another. So you need to get your life in order. Not necessarily a perfect order, not by somebody else's order, your own order. What do you want to do with your life? Who do you want to be? What do you want to become? Who do you want your friends to be? Don't hang out with people that you don't even fucking like. It's that simple. Do not hang out with the people. Get negativity out of your life. If one of your friends wants to be negative, walk away. All you have to do is walk away. I don't like your attitude, is one thing you can say. If you don't want to tell them you don't like their attitude, just walk away.